Good morning.
Hello, Bilbo. Would you like to go on an unexpected journey with me?
Is it going to be a good journey?
No, it's going to stretch on endlessly with no apparent reason.
How many frames per second?
It's going to be about 30, 40, I'd say 40, maybe 40.
How many frames per second?
Yeah, it's going to make everyone throw up.
This is Hobbit-An. You should leave. Nobody wants to go out there and do a 40 frame per second adventure.
It's Peter Jackson. Everyone will come for it.
Suck it, old man.
As you can tell, Kai's gone, I'm alone, and he's left me to go pursue education. But that's okay, because I have one of my best friends here, Marco.
Hello!
He's going to be here helping me pick up some of the slack, and even when Kai comes back, he's going to be here a lot, because, you know, he's fun. We're going to be reviewing today The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. Where's the remote? Turn it off!
The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey starts the second trilogy now, the prequels to The Lord of the Rings. Which, you know, the prequels, man. So anyway, Bilbo, Gandalf, and the dwarves go run off into the mountains and try to reclaim their treasure from the dragon Smaug. What did you think of the movie?
Well, when we got here, like, Bilbo's just doing there smoking weed. He's, like, on the porch, he's smoking weed.
All hobbits smoke weed.
Yeah, it's all cool. Gandalf shows up, and he's like, hey, want to go on a journey? And then Bilbo's like, oh, man, I don't really feel like going on a journey right now. And he's like, I remember you better. Later, he's just, like, sitting down there to his meal, and then the dwarves start showing up. Gandalf shows up with everybody else, and then they're, like, eating all his food. He's all uncomfortable and whatnot. And then Thorin shows up. Then it gives you the rundown of what's going on. Smaug the Dragon took out everything. The original intro was the whole Smaug took over the thing. That's what Thorin hates the elves. And then they're like, okay, we need a burglar. And so he's like, yeah, you're gonna need a good one to take on that dragon. And they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna work good. And it's like, wait, what? Then they give him the whole contract. He's like, no, I don't want to do it. And then Gandalf convinces him, hey, you're also a Took, right? He's like, you're half Took, so you're gonna, you're adventurous as well. And you can't just spend your own time being timid and boring. He's like, then he hears the song about the Misty Mountains. And then it was cool because it translated over into the musical score, which I thought was really cool. That was like one of my favorite parts because they had the cool baritone thing going with the song.
That was one good thing. That was straight to lore. That was straight to the books. And it was done really... If I had to choose a favorite moment in An Unexpected Journey, that would probably be one of them.
That one orchestral score could have carried throughout the entire trilogy since it was just one book. The whole Misty Mountains thing.
And then Bilbo just kind of wakes up and there's a smoking candle, even though it's like 9 in the morning or something. I don't know why it's still smoking.
Dramatic effect.
Just left.
Yeah.
So then he runs off to the dwarves and joins them, and that really, finally after 45 minutes, basically a whole episode of Person of Interest, which is, I make no apology for this, is way more interesting.
It's
They finally get there.
It's Jonathan Nolan.
Jonathan Nolan, bro.
So, of course,
the Nolan bros, man, they make good stuff. That finally gets onto the journey. After 45 minutes, you don't want to watch that. Nobody wants to watch that.
And then you kick up into the middle, Act 2. You get into Act 2 where all the middle stuff is happening and sort of talks about things. Sort of introducing Thorin's part. He hates orcs, and he feels really like he wants to restore his people's honor and stuff like that. Retaking the Misty Mountain, and then he talks about like how his grandfather got killed and his father went crazy when they were trying to retake Moria, and how the White Orc came and beheaded his grandfather and whatnot, and that's why that's why he especially hates him, but he doesn't think he's alive.
Important point, not in the book.
Yeah, not in the book. Azog was not in the book at all. He was mentioned once, but he was already dead. Which was kind of funny. Like, oh yeah, the White Orc. It's like, what happened to this White Orc? And then Thorin's like, oh, he died of his wounds long ago. And it's like, yeah! Yes! Let's keep going with that. That's good. That's good right there. But then he shows up. He was mentioned once.
In the book or the movie?
Book. In the book. He was mentioned once in the book. And then his son was the one in the Battle of the Five Armies. Azog's son, which was he was also in the movie, but in the book, he was the one that gathered all the goblins and orcs to come and fight the dwarves.
Okay. Then he shows up.
But anyway, back to
the first leg of their actual journey, which I liked the feeling when the rain was coming down in that scene where you saw them trotting along. That worked okay. And then you got to the trolls.
The trolls, which is turn it off.
They got some things right, they got some things wrong.
Yeah, these are more like the trolls that were like kind of things that would hide in your garden and steal your carrots or something.
Yeah.
Oh, the trolls are stealing all of my horses. All the dwarves have to go in and wreck these trolls. They came in to rescue Bilbo. Bilbo got captured again, and they're like, "Oh yeah," but it was too much of a climax. That was a climax. It reached a climax at that point because of like the music and this whole fighting, the whole fight routine, and it was ridiculous. And I was like, "Oh man, it's too early. Now when's the real villain gonna come in?"
You know, Gandalf didn't do his little ventriloquism act. He didn't do that.
Yeah.
Bilbo
was all
that.
yeah. Bilbo was the one who was smart. It's like bam, bam, but there was no cuts. There was no blood anyway. It's like, hit! He must be dying. He's hurting, and then he just moves on to the next patrol or whatever. And it's like, and then they lose.
And then the sun comes up and freezes them.
So at this point, Radagast shows up and he's like, there's a dark power rising, and there's spiders, and there's the necromancer shows up, which is important to the story.
Yeah.
And then the 9 lords are rising up. Gandalf eventually has to leave after Radagast shows up as they're going in there. And whatnot, and that's when the dwarves are starting to get chased by the Warg Riders.
Yeah.
Essentially, they keep getting chased. And stuff like that. That's when they officially get confronted by some orcs and stuff. And then Gandalf's like, okay, I gotta get these dwarves to safety.
Yep.
I gotta get them first, and then I'm gonna leave. Radagast sort of distracts them, but leaves them like, it was stupid. It's like, okay, I'm gonna help you guys distract these things. But he doesn't really help. Eventually, Gandalf tricks them into going to Rivendell, which they don't, which Thorin and the other dwarves don't want to do because they're elves and, you know, that.
Yeah, they don't like elves.
Racial tension, essentially. Yeah.
Rivendell was nice.
Yeah.
It was okay. Elrond was
But it was reminiscent of the old Lord of the Rings trilogy. Of course,
It
that's
was
probably why it was so good.
You know. Yeah, I mean, you know, there was so little to do there, you just couldn't screw it up.
Yeah.
And they did screw it up with Galadriel and Gandalf.
Yeah, there's this whole thing. She's like, why'd you choose a hobbit, Gandalf? You know, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm afraid. Or maybe it's because he's stupid. Or something. He just sounds so...
enough, he'll go out.
Yeah, him and Galadriel have like a tender moment where they hold hands, and then she goes... And there's a whole thing, like, we'll talk about this more, but there's sort of like a relationship between Galadriel and Gandalf.
You don't want to watch that. Nobody wants to watch that.
Yeah. And then also you're introduced to Saruman when he's like in the midst of like power corruption.
Yeah.
Essentially, he's sort of corrupt. He's starting to be corrupted. He's still kind of good, but it's more of like he sort of doesn't understand things as well.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
So he's not going to let Gandalf lead these dwarves.
Pretty much.
Essentially, so he tricks them. Right, gets all the dwarves out there while he talks and stuff like that. Then they have the whole rock giant fight, which drags on for so long.
Tom Cruise running around for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You see him run for a little bit, and it's cool, but you don't want to watch him run for 20 minutes. You don't want to watch that. Nobody wants to watch that.
And that's one of the same things.
Yeah, take that, Hobbit.
It's like one of the things that made this movie so long. They were stuck on part of a rock giant. That stretched on for so long. There's so many gratuitous bridge shots, so many wide sweeping things.
You don't want to watch that. Nobody wants to watch that.
So many
unnecessary. He's trying to make this such a big, expansive thing, and it's not a big,
we got that from Lord
thing.
of the Rings, anyway.
Exactly. This is supposed to be the modest version of Lord of the Rings.
Seriously, it's literally one thing, one journey, unexpected journey.
Unexpected journey.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really boring.
Yeah, so then finally it leaves. Now we get to the Goblin Kingdom. They go into this cave to take shelter, but Bilbo was gonna leave. In that whole thing, he was gonna leave. It's like, you guys don't want me or anything like that. So, but then they all get captured. He's like, dang it, gotta do something now. So then he follows it, and then they go into the Goblin Kingdom, and you figure out there's this huge Goblin Kingdom.
Do you see his face? This is the sadness that happened. Will you actually tell me something that I forgot about, which was never in the book?
See, this is why
it makes the movie even worse. Like it started here, and then it just went down.
It just went down.
You keep revealing things to me that I forgot. It just keeps going lower,
just lower and lower. We get to the
Goblin King, and so the problem with the Goblin King that I had in the book. He was a big, evil, nasty son of a... You don't know where he came from. But you do know that his mother must have never loved him because he had a really bad attitude. No. He was wanting to eat the dwarves.
Yeah, he was like, he was a vile dude.
Dwarves. Yeah,
he was
and,
really
and all the goblins in the book were singing about, yeah, we're going to eat us some dwarves tonight. And the Goblin King comes in and his introduction is just, I'm the king of Goblin Town. And then I just don't understand. I don't understand where that comes. why would you do that? You just completely screwed up his character.
Yeah.
And he's like this goblin with beer gut. Like he's got the worst beer gut ever. You don't want to watch that. Nobody wants to watch that.
Yeah.
It was stupid. It was dumb. It was unrealistic. The physics were dumb.
Yeah, and then they had this whole gratuitous bridge fight. They were going over thousands of bridges and stuff like that. And there's this fight scenes trying to be creative and whatnot.
And the bridge just falls down, and they all live. They're just bouncing along, and they all live at the end, and nobody's injured.
Yeah, everyone's they just got like a bruise here, and they're good. Just off their shoulders, and they're good. And then there was Gollum, which was the one point that really wasn't ruined.
The one thing they got right. The one thing they got right. Ashley didn't screw up. Yeah,
completely. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was 100% perfect.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be creepier though. That's the only thing I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a little bit creepier. But I'm gonna say that it was still pretty good. Remember when like Bilbo was stuck in the wall or whatever? He's trying to get through that crack, and then Gollum runs by, and then he's running by, and it's like. I was flipped out. I was freaking out in the movie theater. I was like gonna smack an old lady next to me. No, I wasn't gonna actually do that. So, but that was pretty good. The whole Riddles in the Dark or whatever, that was what it was called. And it was really awesome. And something was really cool. And it was kind of scary when like Gollum came back. So yeah, the Gollum thing, cool. That was cool. They actually got it right. And then Bilbo was like gonna kill him, but he's like, oh, no, I feel compassion for this. And that was right. And that actually translated well into the original trilogy. That's what Gandalf said. He's like, it was pity that stayed his blade or whatever, which was cool. Getting to the end here, we're getting to the end here. Well, then the White Orc shows up with a couple of wargs and stuff. Like they're just like going down this hill and they're gonna go kill. And then so they're like, oh no, what do we do? And then they're like, let's climb a tree. Let's climb this tree from these orcs and stuff. Then they're climbing the trees and doing outside, which is in the book. But then the wargs start like digging stuff up, and they do a domino effect to the trees. Remember that part? The tree falls over and completely uproots another tree. That one falls and uproots another tree. They're jumping on other trees, trying to get to the end. And there's this last one that just keeps falling. And Gandalf lights some pine cones with some blue fire, and he's like, "Let's chuck this at him." So then it's like, and they just throw him, and it doesn't even. It's like it just bounces off their head, and they're like, "Ah, I'm gonna go home. Oh, my face." Oh, they're all falling like, "Oh no, oh no!" And then the butterfly comes, and then Gandalf's like, call those eagles again. I'm gonna call them. And then what were you saying? You were saying, and then Thorin's like okay, so the White Orc. And then you're saying something about what he did.
Thorin goes up against the White Orc. Okay, the big White Orc. He has a mace.
He has this like huge thing.
The mace is like, but it's like this.
It's like that chair.
It's a chair.
Probably the size of the
Probably
seat.
the size of it. Actually, I would say it actually is about. So if you actually imagine. Scientific moment here. You actually imagine
just like
the entire thing is just a block, a square.
Yeah.
Okay, the orc has this. He runs it into Thorin's face. Okay.
And he just has like this like oak branch that he picked up when he was taking back Moria, and when he first confronted the White Orc, he has this like oak thing. It's like.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
But even still, he basically hollowed it out, because I remember like in the original thing he had like an actual oak branch, and that's gonna stop a mace.
Right.
Like an oak branch, yeah, that's gonna stop a mace. But when you have like this whole hollowed out branch that basically only keeps like practically the bark, that's not gonna stop anything. And people are probably gonna be like, oh, it was reinforced with metal. And it's like, no, that was on the sides. He only did the sides of it. There was nothing on the inside that looked like it looked like wood. He's like, he comes over and like hits him across the thing. He's like, and I think he hit him like twice, didn't he?
I remember one time in particular, he just got him like, he did a whole Dragon Ball Z thing where it was just like,
right
outside his face, and you saw Thorin collapse.
Yeah, okay. I think he hit him like twice actually.
They did?
Once in the shield to get his shield out of his hands.
Oh, and then he got him in the face.
And then he hit him in the face. I'm like, okay. First of all, you're gonna have major sternal and rib cage damage.
Internal hemorrhaging, dude.
Yeah, it's like, and you're not gonna be able to survive. But there goes Thorin's legs. And then the eagles come in. The eagles come to save them all. They jump in, but then Bilbo gets heroic and like stabs a couple things.
Yeah,
he gets heroic, and they like drop them all on this rock.
On a rock.
Why couldn't you just drop us off like at the lake town? That's right there. In the book, they explain that. They're like, oh, people hate us. They're just gonna shoot us with their gangster arrows or something like that.
Pretty much.
But in the movie, it's like, well, where do you have to be at this? could just, it's right, I can literally see the mountain. You could just
Yeah,
take us
you can
right
see the
there.
mountain, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like right, I can
Pretty
see the
much.
snow-capped peaks,
And
right?
that's
Just there.
And then again, runs into the same problem where if you don't take stuff from the book that you need to have into the movie to explain why things do or don't happen in the movie, it just doesn't work!
Yes, but overall, the first one was a pretty good movie
was a
compared to
good
the
movie.
other two.
It was
personally.
fun.
It was fun. I definitely watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely watch it again for laughs.
Mm-hmm.
For laughs. Yeah,
Yeah,
just chill, make some popcorn, hang out with a friend,
pretty much.
and just
And you know,
yeah.
just a bit of a wrap up for all three of them, just briefly. All three of them are fun movies. I will watch them for laughs
Yeah.
and just for kicks.
But if we're gonna go by standards that movies should go by,
For essence.
yes, they fail.
And this movie was a fail.
It was a fail. So, the unexpected journey. If you liked it, this is just our personal opinions. This is just a subjective review. All reviews are that
Yeah.
anyway.
But there is some objectivity.
There is some objectivity, of course. This is just facts that we give. If you liked it, that's awesome. If you didn't, that's awesome too. We think that Peter Jackson should go back to what he was doing before. Don't get ahead of yourself, man. Because he was good. He's done some really
He
good movies.
was good. He went from stupid slasher thrillers to The Lord of the Rings.
That was a
big-
drastic
that was
jump.
just-
Yeah. An unexpected journey. Leave your comments below on what you think. What do you think the pros are? What do you think the cons were? What do you think, was there anything that we left out or anything that we mistaked on? Either way, we will see you around the block on the next one.